It is 12 noon. Welcome in on this hot, humid, very muggy day in the Deep South. This is Three-Man Front on Jocks. Pat, Landrum, Molly with you on this Friday. Conrad back with us on Monday. Landrum and I, we are live on the south side in Birmingham as we're at the practice pavilion.
It's nice under this pavilion.
Not a lot of breeze, though.
There's not a lot of breeze, but it could be a lot worse. We could be about
sure, we could be like
60 yards that way.
Yeah, and if we were, that would be a problem. Because they've already turned off the water hydrant for the slip and slide. So,
yes, they have. And we've been here many times, but now that you see not only high schools but NFL, other college programs looking at this, my idea for pavilion, if you were in an area that was you got a lot of rain, whatever, you didn't want to have the expense of building a dome. Why could you not do this? Make it a little bit wider where you are getting, and I'm not talking a capacity of 50,000, but putting bleachers in underneath the pavilion where at least it keeps people out of the weather.
Yeah.
I don't see why more people don't do that.
Yeah. And, speaking of roofs, because this is a great-looking roof, by the way, I want to tell you about Abide Roofing, because when it comes to your roof, you need a company that you can trust, and that's Abide Roofing, a company that delivers on its promises. Abide is rocking a perfect 5-star rating on Google, and I just want to share with you what some of those folks on Google have been saying about Abide Roofing. Abide Roofing is trustworthy and easy to work with. They work hard and have strong values. They're always willing to help, going above and beyond. If you're looking for someone honest, hardworking, and reliable, Abide Roofing is your team. They know the industry inside and out. So those are just a couple of the examples that you can find on their 5-star rating there on Google. Another customer even said that they had an employee at their home on Memorial Day morning to repair a leak. Abide Roofing puts its customers first, just like they did me a couple years ago when I had issues and I had to get a full roof replacement. They dealt with my insurance company, and I'm extremely pleased with everything that was done throughout the whole process. So when they give their word, they mean it. For roofing solutions built on trust, quality, and outstanding customer care, call Abide Roofing. Here's the number, 205-941-6223. That's 205-941-6223. Or just go to their website, abideroof.com. That's ABIDE roof.com.
Texts are coming in on the text line, 205-834-9450. You can text the show. We love hearing from you. And this one coming in from a very familiar number. Happy Friday from Santa Rosa.
Oh, my goodness. Conrad
Van Order. Oh, that looks marvelous. That looks absolutely great.
Oh, he sent a picture?
Oh, of course he did.
He did?
Yes. He's not out of the – he's probably under an umbrella right now. Probably needs somebody already to page to help him drive. Corey says the Astros and the Brewers still get him. As far as you say that Maryland in the Big Ten just seems weird because we remember as an ACC school.
Yeah.
That's good too. I said the Chargers in San Diego, but West Virginia in the Big 12.
Yeah, that one's odd.
And Johnny says, Pat, I feel the exact same way about Maryland. Great minds.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Jevon Jackson joining us, as well as Solomon Beebe. And they're going to be two of the running backs. Coach Dilfer, this offense, Coach Mortensen are counting on this season. Solomon in his second year now with the Blazers. And Jevon Jackson, who is a Alabama native, played up in Decatur, but also spent time at Austin Peay and UTEP. And both of those guys joining us here under the pavilion. Gentlemen, how are you?
Good, what's up?
We're doing great. Let's start with Solomon first.
Sir.
Year number 2, this system, what you're seeing right now on the offensive side of the things, can you compare and contrast to this point last year during training camp?
It's like, last year, I wasn't really doing too much. Like, I was mainly on the sideline because, freshman. But this year, I'm getting more, more active in, the plays and whatnot. Compared to last year, I was just studying, trying to get mental reps.
So this year, you're saying it's more reaction rather than trying to process.
Yeah, it's more like how fast I can get it down, get the plays down. Ones I already know, the new ones. So it's it's not too hard. So I'm catching on quick.
Jevon, in regards to you being at UTEP and Austin Peay before coming here to UAB, tell us about how camp has been for you so far.
I mean, every year is a different experience. I feel like here is definitely getting back closer to home, and everything around here just feel like a home feeling. So just coming into it like a new system, understanding that what's being asked from me. So I mean, just coming in and understanding that I've been asked to like carry the load and been able to learn plays and learn a new system, and it's all been a process, but I'm enjoying my time here for sure.
How tough has it been for you to process? Because there's a lot of information, and Coach Dilfer talks about we're trying to run things at a calculus level, not at a fifth grade math or a pre-algebra level. How much tougher has it been in that adjustment from the previous offenses you played in?
I mean, this offense definitely, it took some adjusting coming in because it's definitely like a pro-style offense. So I just took this as, you know what I'm saying, a learning curve of just, you know, leading up to my goals instead of just going to the NFL. So I just looked at this as, you know what I'm saying, one of the stepping stones of getting there. So just coming in with the pro mindset and just learning the offense, I feel like just anything that they put in front of me, I can learn. And then that's been the process, and I've been doing pretty well with it right now.
Solomon, talk about the return game. Pretty good at that last year. You enjoy doing that?
I love doing that. It's a great feeling every time I catch the ball. It's a good feeling just to figure out where I'm going to go, where I'm going to hit the hole, here, there. Either the scheme is real good, I can just hit the outside like I did last year, or sometimes hit it up the middle. So it's really just fun and exciting. When
you set goals for this team, not only personal goals, and I ask Eli this on the defensive side, but for you personally and team-wise, if you're going to go wins and losses, that's fine as well. But first and foremost, for you personally, what are some goals you've set for the season?
Really, for take one back, you know, be able to at least when I get to the second level of the defense, just to do my move here and there, get around them and make very long runs. That would be one of. Another one would be like just to, you know what I'm saying, keep this team alive. You know what I'm saying? I know every team gonna have the ups and downs, but like I hope just to keep my team alive. You know, whenever we just, I'm not gonna say we're gonna struggle, but feel me, whenever we just in there in the moment, just keep the team alive, just help build that excitement, bring it back, the energy type.
Jevon, I wanted to ask you, coming from El Paso to Birmingham, and again, you're an Alabama guy, so you're familiar with this humidity.
Yes, sir.
But tell us about how it was last year in fall camp in El Paso compared to what you're going through here from a weather perspective.
Oh, yeah, it was definitely a little different from,
I know it's hot. Hot is hot.
Yeah.
But the humidity.
Ooh,
I bet you missed the humidity, didn't you?
Yeah, no, for sure. Because, I mean, in El Paso, it was more of like a dry heat. It was one of them heats that you really couldn't get away from. It was just like right there on your forehead every time you look up. But, yeah, it was definitely different.
So you're like, man, welcome back to home.
Yeah, home. Like I said, it's just a home feeling, man. Just getting back to that home feeling and just enjoying it, man. I'm taking it all in.
Yeah.
For those of us and the fans who've not been able to watch a whole lot of practice, you can mince words. You don't have to mince words if you don't want to. What has been your observations of the offense as a whole up to this point in camp?
I mean, honestly, it's like I said, it's a new feel for everybody. Just coming in, like I said, I'm a new guy as well. So just coming in and just having all the pieces gel together. Right now, I feel like later in camp, I feel like all the pieces are kind of gelling together now. We still have some, some leaps and hurdles to get over, but I mean that's every offense in America right now. So we're just trying to figure out our identity right now and really like tap into who we're gonna be as an offense in 2025.
Are you a vocal guy?
I mean, not really, but I mean it's times where I have to, speak up because
Who
of
is
my
that
experience.
Guy?
I mean, we lean on our quarterback. So I mean, our quarterback's always vocal. And of course, like I said, I step in that role when I need to. I huddle, things like that. I'm not a big in front of the team guy, but I definitely pull some cats to the side and just drop some wisdom on my experiences and stuff like that. So that's how I get like my vocal, I guess, tag around here.
You're not vocal, are you?
Nah.
You do it with your playmaking ability, right? We heard that earlier.
I just like to make the plays. You know what I'm saying? But it will be instances where I have to, like, you know what I'm saying, like JJ said, pull a brother aside and let him know here, this and that. But me, I'm really more like, I'm into the game. Not saying I'm not into my other players or not, but like I'm really more into like just, you know what I'm saying, making the plays like I just said, and really that's all it is. I like making the plays.
Well, we expect big things from both of you guys. Hate to put the pressure on you.
No, you need to at
No
least
pressure,
take 2
no
back
pressure.
this year.
2 back? Oh,
2 back.
Try to take 3 back.
3 back would be great.
That'd be fantastic. We need what are you saying? 3, 4 100-yard games for you?
So you set it out there. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. How about that? Well, let's
Prophesy,
do 5.
baby.
Let's do 5.
Let's do
6,
5.
7. Yeah,
Let's do it.
See,
12.
you guys do that. No one will ever forget that if you set those kind of records.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely the goal, man. We're trying to make it a memorable season for sure.
Well, that's great.
Oh, wait, I got to ask. EA Sports College Football, you guys play it?
Oh yeah, I've definitely had a chance to.
Are you pleased with your likenesses?
I feel like I am a little bit.
You are?
Yeah, it was. They definitely they put me a little high rating on there. So I mean, it was pretty nice playing with myself on there.
So you got a little bit of that senior bump.
Yeah, I did.
I know I could be a little higher. Than what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I'll be a little higher.
Hey, you take 3 back next year?
Yeah.
At least 99.
There you go.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
That's what I was telling them. They definitely do updates throughout the season, so we'll just see some bumps.
There you go. There you go.
All right, that is Solomon Beebe and Jevon Jackson. Guys, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it very much.
Appreciate
Good luck
y'all.
this season.
Thank
we
you.
are live at UAB on Jocks. More coming straight ahead right here on Jocks. It is 12:15. Welcome back. This is 3-Man Front on Jocks. Appreciate all the hospitality. Coach Dill for allowing us the opportunity to come watch practice, set up right outside his office. Already talked to a couple players. We will talk to the defensive coordinator at UAB, along with Alex Mortensen, the offensive coordinator, coming up later on the program.
Well, there's no better place in town to enjoy sports and music than right down the road from us where we are right now. It's the Finnick. The Finnick's your front row seat to the best entertainment. You got massive screens, explosive sound. It's state-of-the-art sound. And I remember in the process of them installing all of this equipment, bringing the company in that they did, they wanted the best sound that you could find anywhere. You're going to find it there at the Finnick, whether it's at live acoustic music or whether it's watching sports, especially football season. It's here. You get the massive screens, the video boards, TVs everywhere. And for those big games, one of my pet peeves, and I was talking to Kraft, the owner, about this, is going in. If you're going to watch a big game in a venue like that, I still want to be able to watch and hear the game. You're going to be able to do that at the Finnick. Fridays, you got live music starting at 10. You got acoustic music Wednesday through Fridays, but Saturday, Sunday, and Monday dedicated to football. They know what you love in this part of the country, whether it's the NFL, whether it's college football. Red Zone, Sunday Ticket, they've got it all. They got a great menu with the wood-fired burgers. You got great starters, wonderful drink menu as well. It's the Finnick, 1630 2nd Avenue South near Railroad Park. Always tell them Landrum from Jock sent you.
We're still waiting word on some information out of Auburn in regards to their second scrimmage that is being held this morning down on the Plains. Alabama will have their second scrimmage tomorrow. The big story in college football is the University of Michigan. They have finally gotten their response from the NCAA in the Connor Stallions case. And the university, they have avoided a postseason ban. They will be fined, expected more than $20 million from loss of postseason football revenue for the next 2 seasons. Sharon Moore was given an additional game suspension. He's already taking 2 games this year. He'll take an additional 1 in 2026. Jim Harbaugh given a 10-year show cause. Connor Stallions, an 8-year show cause. But once again, the headline, Landrum, no postseason ban for the University of Michigan.
What are your expectations for the postseason, though, for them anyways? I don't see them as a college football playoff contender.
I don't either. So
I think the big relief was going back to what Miles said. And that season where they put it all together and they had so many NFL draft-ready guys, that was the season they had to seize the moment. They couldn't afford to have that thing taken away from them. And they got exactly what they wanted. But I think that retribution will be coming maybe in part by way of this, but also you want to think about Michigan, how they're thought of not only by fellow members of their conference, but now what will Michigan football be synonymous with? It'll be cheating. Maybe that's bad enough.
Yeah, and I'm already seeing you got Portnoy from Barstool and a bunch of other Michigan alums. They're just going on social media, just laughing, just smoking cigars.
Yeah,
just,
like it could have been worse.
Like, we do what we want to do, and thanks NCAA for all this waste of everyone's time. But so Michigan just thumbs their nose and did what they did and move on.
Here's the question, though. We can blame this all on the NCAA now as far as the lack of punishment that some of us believe was due. But do you believe when this College Sports Commission comes about, we will see postseason bans for instances like this? I don't.
Well, I think what you're going to do is you're going to hit them in the pocketbook of the CSC. You probably will not have that situation in regards to the postseason ban, but they will be able to potentially deal with how much money that you're going to be able to have at your disposal to pay the student athlete. And that could be big, So I think that's where the bite's going to come moving forward, is being able to take money away from a potential student athlete that you can recruit or that you can sign. This postseason ban, the television ban, you remember back, Auburn was banned from television in 1993.
Can't do that anymore.
No, because all these contracts with the conferences are too expensive.
It mucks up everybody else, too.
Yeah. So, but not that any of us believe that they were going to be having their national championship taken away, but it just shows that the NCAA is officially dead. 0. So, I mean, if I was in any school, do what you want to do and press your luck in regards to someone that's going to penalize you. I think there's more of a chance of you getting penalized by your own conference than it is nationally from the NCAA.
What's not dead is the Jocks text line, 205-834-9450. Sean texting in. We interviewed Coach Trent Dilfer, sat down with him for a lengthy discussion earlier in the show. You can find it at the podcast. Sean texts, I don't exactly know how to describe the vibe Coach Dilfer was giving off, but at times it seemed like he was frustrated with the attitudes around the sport. Other times he seemed defeated when speaking about his program, but didn't want to place blame. Your thoughts, please. I will speak to this in having conversations like you heard us have earlier, or conversations off the record. I told you that if there's one thing I would describe Trent Dilfer as, is genuine. I think Trent Dilfer is his own worst critic, and he has put the blame squarely on his shoulders. From what I've getting to know him, he's not one that's going to point a whole lot of fingers. Accept it. These are the circumstances. How are you going to deal with it? That's what he preaches to his football team. Bad things are going to happen. We heard it from him. Bad things are going to happen. Even if you win a national title, they're going to be bad things that happen. But is your character going to reveal itself? How are you going to deal with it? That was my take.
Well, he set the tone at AAC Media Days.
With the towel ringing?
Well, not only that, but when he just basically came out and said, hey, listen, I'm very blessed to have a job right now. That, the standard has not been met, and we need to do a better job. And I think the way that he has approached camp, and based on what we've seen and the people that we've talked to, that it is a different attitude around here. And you can tell and sense that the pressure is there. And I think they enjoy the fact that this is something. And they've gotten the players out of the transfer portal that, in my opinion, that's going to not only help this football team get to where they want it to be, but it's a good transition year to see that incremental improvement. That's just my opinion.
Totally agree. Trent Dilfer, if you haven't noticed in the things that he said, because he's implementing them, whether he's reaching out to former coaches, former teammates, people that he respects in the business, from the pro ranks, the college ranks, maybe high school, he is not afraid to listen. He doesn't think that he's the smartest guy in the room. And he's, I think, a big slice of humble pie. And he would tell you this since he got here and kind of navigating his way through it. He is looking for answers and solutions. And that's what you saw him having to part ways with good friends and colleagues and go and find guys that he believed fit this program, fit the culture, but ultimately was going to make it better. And I believe that that's the case. How many wins and losses that means, I don't know.
Yeah, because it's hard to say how much that's going to translate to W's, because he brought it up during the interview. things are going to happen. Turnovers are going to happen. Certain things have to happen. It's very difficult winning a football game, period, no matter what program it is.
Nope. Doesn't matter who you're playing.
No, it doesn't. Hence Vanderbilt versus Alabama, Oklahoma versus Alabama. Things happen. But
Northern Illinois, Notre Dame.
But I will say this. The vibe that I got today from being here at practice is completely different from last year.
Yeah.
And whether that is going to translate to a bowl team, I don't know. I can't predict that. But I could tell you, based on what I've seen and the attitudes of everyone involved, I think they are heading in the right direction.
They've recruited that culture, and just from the 3 individuals that we've had on and how they carry themselves on and off the field, they've recruited that culture. But, yeah, the other thing that I got since from Coach Dilfer, he's tired of talking about fluff. He's tired of talking about it. Let's go and do it. Let's go and do it.
Yeah.
You heard the frustration in post-game press conferences last year where they have great weeks of practice, but it's not translating to Saturdays. So what does a UAB fan that pays money to go sit in the seat when they see, well, they don't get to watch practice. So what does that mean in the grand scheme of things? I think that's where he is. It's time to prove it. But in his 3rd year, you know what? It's also time for Hugh Freeze to prove it at Auburn. Kalen DeBoer's got to prove it at Alabama in year 2.
Yep. Huge investments across the board in all these programs. So we're talking about the Michigan situation. The NCAA, they had a Zoom call just a while ago. We've been able to capture a little bit of the sound. So one of the questions asked to the Committee on Infractions was why the vacation of wins was not considered. Take a listen.
Vacation of records is only in play when there's ineligible competition. That was not a factor present in this case. And so, it was not a penalty, in other words, that could be considered, and we did not impose it.
Well, I was just going to add that, in addition, the NCAA took very quick action once it was apprised of the possibility of these violations, and therefore there was insufficient evidence in the record that the outcome of games was affected.
That lady did not sound as sweet or didn't have quite that southern tinge, but I sensed a little bit of Evie.
Evie Van Pelt.
Yeah.
Quite a difference from when the Committee of Infractions told Alabama that they were staring down the barrel of a gun.
Yeah, a little bit different.
And they were about to get the death penalty. Meanwhile, NCAA Chairman Norman Bay says Jim Harbaugh refused to turn over phone records and emails and refused to meet with the NCAA. Hence the 10-year show calls for Jim Harbaugh.
Harbaugh's such a weird guy. I could see there being nothing relating to this case on the text, but just weird text in general that he wants nobody to see.
Now, I've told you this story before, and granted, I agree with you in regards to his degree of strangeness at times. I know guys that were recruited by him, and his relationships with those recruits was incredible. Like, this guy, he knew how to recruit. He knew how to tap in to that friendship. And there was a lot of good old Southern boys that had Michigan pretty high up. And there was not a Friday night that didn't go by that Jim Harbaugh, when it was legal, he was texting, calling, communicating, doing those type things. He was an individual that absolutely knew how to recruit at Michigan.
I think he genuinely loves the student athlete. I do think he genuinely loved the college game. But Jim Harbaugh genuinely loves people. And if you're going to be a great recruiter, especially in this business, it does start with relationships. It might end with a financial dollar amount, with a guy opting to go somewhere else, or maybe it's closer to home. But guys like that, you hate to see them if you're an opposing recruiter, because they're going to be in on a lot more guys than your average coach because it's like you said, they identify something about that player. They gravitate to it. Not saying that it's disingenuous, but they're relationship people.
So more Norman Bay from the NCAA Committee on Infractions. He kicked off the news conference this morning by talking about you don't put together individuals called the KGB unless you intend to gain a competitive advantage. So that's what Connor Stallions, that's what he called them, the group, the KGB, the counterintelligence group that Connor Stallions put together.
I know that he served in the military and he went to the Naval Academy, but would it surprise you if he still puts on like combat gear and goes and plays capture the flag?
Like he does it on Saturdays before Michigan games?
Maybe. Puts camouflage paint on his face. He's just calls him the KGB. Okay.
Now, what's the story you told me that when you were at was it the Naval Academy or
Yeah.
West Point?
It was the Naval Academy.
Naval Academy?
Yeah.
Where when that investigation was going on, you ran into some folks in the Naval Academy, and they were very familiar
Well,
with Connor Stallions?
I had to ask. I did when we got up there because it was the photo, the still screenshot on the Western Michigan or Central Michigan sideline. And this one person that is employed there said we had a group text going on when they showed the picture, and everybody on the text immediately with emojis said, that is 100% Connor Stallions standing on the sideline. And then went into his affection, borderline creepy, crazy, fanatical, maniacal with Michigan. But I can tell you the folks at Navy were none too flattered by what had transpired with their former cadet, if that surprises you at all.
No. Sorry, I was having
What's going on?
Just having an issue over here.
We get Stark Exterminators over here.
Yeah, just all sorts of things trying to fly into my computer. We're good now.
Yeah, but they were not too flattered. So
yeah,
he's got issues.
Big time. We are live at UAB football. If you'd like to participate in the program, you can give us a call, 1-800-239-WJOX, the Courtesy GMC text line, 205-834-9450. 12:34, this is Jocks, three-man front. We are live at the UAB football facility. We attended practice this morning. Was able to watch practice. We had Trent Dilfer on a whole 30 minutes. If you missed that interview, just a great preview of the season and how he's trying to get this program to take that next step forward as he starts year number 3. You can download the Three-Man Front podcast. Hopefully you can go back and you can listen to that in its entirety. Braves win last night 4-3 over the New York Mets. They come from behind to do so, 4-3, improving to 7-3 on the season against the New York Mets. Matter of fact, they're 2-1 at Citi Field. Atlanta has won 6 of 8. Ozzie Albies, 3 hits, 3 RBIs. Harris, another 3-hit game. Elder's best start of the year for the Braves. So Atlanta now continues the 6-game road trip. Right-handed pitcher Hurston Waldrop. Been impressed by him.
Yeah,
he's looked good. He's looked good.
Below 2, sub-2 earned run average. And he's got 2 wins, so we just keep throwing out guys that a lot of people don't know who they are.
Yeah.
But why not? If you're getting wins, they're gonna mess around and win 70 games this year, Pat.
Yeah, and you predicted that they were not going to win 70 games.
Well, we still got 17 more wins to go.
Yeah.
But
and we're talking baseball because our next guest
yeah,
is a huge baseball fan. I understand.
Coach Steve Russ, defensive coordinator, UAB Blazers. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing great, guys. How you guys doing?
Great to see you.
Hey, thank you for having me. I love some baseball, guys. You guys, Braves, Cards.
That's right. Braves and Cardinals.
Yeah,
that's right.
I got quite the dichotomy. I grew up in Wisconsin my whole life. Obviously, my family.
So you're a Brewers
back
fan?
there,
Stetsonville.
Stetsonville, Wisconsin.
Yeah, 78 degrees right now, by the way.
It's beautiful. It was
just
like
rub it in, Coach. Rub it in.
It was low 50s. My dad tells me every time it gets down in the 40s and 50s in the summertime. But
so you were a Brewers fan growing up?
So yeah, Brewers fan, big Brewers fan growing up.
Back when they're in the American League.
Yep. Huge. We didn't have TV. We had 3 channels, right? It was never on. So big Bob Uecker fan.
Yeah.
Rest his soul.
Yes.
So, outside, parents didn't let 6 kids in the house in the summertime unless they were eating or going to bed. So my dad had this portable, little radio. We'd stick it in the window of the garage, and you'd hear Bob Uecker calling games. And so I'm a huge radio guy. I love what you guys do. I love being on the radio. It's my favorite form of media. But yeah, the Brewers. So I've got a dichotomy though, because I live, my home's in Colorado now, being an Air Force Academy grad, my wife's Academy grad, daughter just graduated there, son's playing baseball there now currently. So we have a home there, and so 15 years, 16 years living in Colorado. I'm a Rockies fan, so I've got the best team in the league, and I got an embarrassment team in the league. And then I'm being in sports and whatnot. I'm not a big fanboy, but I'm a self-proclaimed, self-admitted fanboy of Paul Skeens. I mean, you talk about
he's something else.
Air Force Academy guy and LSU and everything that he's done. I mean, I got the MLB pass. Anytime he's on, I'm trying to watch.
Pat, I told you you were going to love this guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Let's talk baseball the whole
Total
time.
fanboy. I mean, you guys want to talk baseball? I love it, man. It's pretty cool. Brewers on a 12-game win streak right now, trying to keep it going against. I don't know who they got. They got.
Is it the Reds?
It's the Pirates got the Cubs. Yeah, it's the Reds.
It's the Reds.
Pirates got the Cards.
Actually, we got the Yankees this weekend.
Do you?
Yeah.
Who
At
has
Busch.
the Cards then? The Rockies just played the Cards.
Yeah, don't bring that up.
Well, yeah, you took 2 or 3 at least. I mean, but you did let them.
No, you took 2 of 3.
Oh, we took 2 or 3.
Yes.
You've been busy doing the stupid football coaching thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, man.
Yes.
That's really bad.
How about that? You went 220. Hey, 220 games without a shutout. Then you shut us out at Coors Field. Then you come to Busch, and then you shut us out again.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. Sorry.
Well, it is.
The Rocks, man. Oh,
it is.
That's some good years. The Bichette years.
Andres Galarraga.
Yeah, Andres Galarraga.
When they had when they
Vinny
had
Castilla.
Charlie Blackmon and Nolan Arenado had a great run there when all those pitchers that they still
Hey, you
have
want
are
Nolan back?
older. Yeah. It's okay. The Rockies did pay you Cards a bunch of money to take him. So,
yes.
And Austin Gomber has been hurt a little bit, but that was the main guy in the trade. But yeah, I'll talk some baseball now.
Oh yeah, we need to have a weekly segment where we just talk baseball.
Yeah.
Don't talk
with
college
UAB
football.
defensive coordinator.
Yeah. What do I know? I get to be a fan.
All right, let's talk football.
Yeah.
First year here on the South Side, you get the call from Coach Dilfer. How much? Maybe arm wrangling did he have to do to get you down here?
No, I mean it was actually pretty cool. I knew the job was available and was like, well, I don't know Trent, Coach Dilfer, I don't know him very well. And a few days went by and I was actually in Mass. I was volunteering at the back of my alma mater at the academy because I was still under contract with Washington. So watching my daughter play, being some family time for the first time in 24 years, but still staying in it, getting back in the college game, helping my good friends at the Air Force Academy that are there that I absolutely love. They're like family. And but I would go to Mass in the morning before I would start working, and I was sitting there, and all of a sudden just it kind of dawned on me, like God was like, hey, call Trent Dilfer. And I was like, I don't even know how to get a hold of him. So, I'd coached with Major Applewhite, head coach at South Alabama for a while, just a little while, way back in the day at Syracuse. So Major and I had stayed in touch, and I thought maybe head coaches in the state. I said, hey,
everybody knows each other, right?
Yeah, and he's like, no, I don't, but, I know Mort pretty good, and see if I can't. And so he got me the number. I threw him a text, hey, you don't know me, and da-da-da-da. And then, unbeknownst to me, Major sent Trent a text and said, hey, I don't know if you got a guy, but take a look at this guy. Because it had been probably a week into the search. And nothing, and then I texted one more time that evening, or maybe the next day on a walk. And he hit me right back and he said, you forgot to mention that I kicked your butt when we played each other, Fresno State versus Air Force back in the day. We were both juniors.
Right.
He went out early, and I obviously had another year. But and then we just started talking and got into the interview process, and it was really, really cool because it wasn't a lot of arm wrangling going on. Trent is very, very transparent, very, very forthright, very, very upfront, and we're very like-minded in a lot of things, and I thought that we hit it off, and I really like things that are try to fix things. I feel like I'm better at that maybe than try to keep something going all the time. Or the challenge was very appealing to me, and felt like it was a good place with good people, and thought that this is a place that we can certainly get this turned around and get it going in the right direction. It's going to take a lot of work, and we still have a long way to go, but it's been a really fun challenge, and I've been really, really pleased and very, very grateful for the opportunity.
When you got here to UAB, Coach Dilfer told you this is your baby. You know, do it. Put your hands all over it. This is going to be your blueprint. Describe that, because when you had first gotten here, it was still the winter months, and I was talking to you. You had not gone through a spring. You still didn't know who the completed roster was going to be. Heck, you didn't even know who your entire side of the ball, as far as coaching staff, was going to be at that point. Now, advancing forward to where we are now, kickoff's right around the corner, kind of encapsulate the.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, we needed to fill tons of roster spots, and, you know, I had never worked the portal before, kind of fell back on the draft process that we would do. So, you know, the interviews and all that kind of stuff, because it's really about the right players. It's not always the best players, and I know maybe some fans will not be happy about hearing that, but it's true to me. You know, my dealings with the academy, my dealings with Ron Rivera, you know, it's about the right players. And sometimes the best players aren't the right players. And we need the right players if you're going to play the game the way we want to play. And obviously worked with the personnel staff really closely to try to get going on this, and at the same time tried to hire some guys. Just really blessed and grateful, you know, for the opportunity and the help that Coach Dilfer had, but also the freedom to be able to do it. The guidance to be able to help me when I had questions, and obviously he's, you know, didn't take his hands off the wheel completely, but did everything that you would want a head coach to do as a coordinator to allow you to do it, and hire the people, and I got really, really, really fortunate to be able to have the coaching staff that we've assembled, and the pleasure and just the absolute honor to work with some of these guys. Some of them I had worked with before and known very, very well, and I think the world of them. You know, I mean, Brett Dieselmeyer could do my job probably better than me in a heartbeat. He's fantastic, just an unbelievable coach, teacher, resume. Sam Mills, I think, is the best D-line coach in the country. I mean that with a straight face and all sincerity. You know, John Celestin, our linebacker coach, I coached at the Carolina Panthers. Just going to be a rock star. I mean, Ryan Lewis has had a ton of success, you know, as a coordinator down in Alabama State and some other places. And T. Mitchell with his, you know, he's got coordinator experience under his belt. He's one of the rising coaches in this business. You know, NFL experience with the Jags. Was a great player at Mercer. I mean, and Matt Wright and his whole analytics staff. I mean, I couldn't be more fortunate to be able to work with those guys. They certainly. It's one of those deals you can't do it. A head coach is as good as his assistants, and a coordinator is as good as. I mean, it's not one guy. I mean, maybe a rare occasion of Vic Fangio can saddle that or all that, but that's not me. I won't profess to be that. So it takes a group effort, and I'm going to certainly lean on those guys and all that experience, and it'd be foolish for me not to. You know, you don't take great coaches like that and totally micromanage them. You know, you just try to get everybody pointed in the right direction and on the same page, and you know, set the table for them to do what they do best, and that's what they do every single day. And it's been fun to watch the evolution of where we started when we come off the field, that first true practice, and you're like, good Lord, do we have some work to do? You know, and then we're starting to dial it in, and every day you walk off and you're like, oh my goodness, we've got, you know, so long to go, because, you know, the closer you get to game day, the monopoly money goes away and real cash goes on the table, so to speak. And, you know, you don't put the ball back down. You know, if it goes 76 for a touchdown, you just go, oh, okay, let's, you know, so that's what we're working toward. You know, we got a little bit ways left. We're trying to, you know, make the days count, not count the days, and see how good we can be, and just continue to band together, play the game the right way. And if we play fast and we play confident and we know what we're doing, and you know, play with good fundamentals, I think good things will happen, even if maybe we're always not in the right spot.
Coach, you got a minute? Can you hold?
I'd love to stay.
Fantastic. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more with the defensive coordinator Steve Russ right here on Jocks. It's 12:49. Just a great conversation with Steve Russ, the new defensive coordinator here at UAB. So, Coach, I am curious, because I'm going to be as honest as I can. Last year's defense for UAB was porous. So when you come in as the new guy, and I know it's a different roster than it was last year, do you go back and you review anything from last year that the unit or the ones that are remaining? Do you go back and look at any of that, or you come in with your own plan and you got who you got and then you build from there?
Yeah, we came in and obviously you look at the roster, so you watch, so you see who's coming back, what they can do, etc. Get a feel for those guys, and then you talk to people in the building or coaches that were left or some of the players about, maybe some of the things that went wrong, just maybe some landmines that are out there, some issues out there maybe that you want to have the whole picture on. But at the end of the day, you want to bring in your ideas, and that's where Coach was great about, hey, look, your ideas, your plan, your system. There's so much more to it to me than just X's and O's. It's a system. And I always tell the guys, that how and why has got to be greater than what. Everybody does what in some way, shape, or form. This blitz, that coverage, man, zone, whatever, this stunt. That's the what. And if you don't understand, if you can't do that, they understand the how and the why behind that and do that well, what doesn't matter. So, we went to work on that. And I've been in this business long enough where, 1 year you're, top 5 in the NFL, and the next year you're 32. So I don't, throw stones. I've had really good years. I've had really, really bad years, and some years that were good, I really didn't think I did a great job coaching maybe. And some years that weren't so good to the eye, man, I thought coaching my butt off. You know what I mean? And so you try to stay out of the wins, losses, and all that kind of stuff. And it's easy to say right now, right? Nobody scored a point on us. Nobody scored, nobody's recorded a yard. I mean, that's going to all end soon. But at the end of the day, you've got things in a system that you believe in, how you do things, why you're doing those things. And you have a vision of what you want your team to look like. I told guys, I said, you can actually see and feel people playing the game with great energy and confidence and speed and decisiveness. I mean, you can see it jumps off the film. And, at the end of the day, we want our guys to play fast. We want our guys to play confidently. We want our guys to play together. And we want our guys to have a lot of fun. And, if you do that, very rarely do you play bad defense. You still got to know what to do and all those kinds of things. Don't get me wrong. But that can create or can make up for a lot of other limitations maybe in other areas.
So if there's one identifiable trait right now that you feel good about already with that side of the ball with your group, what would it be?
I think that we're getting much, much better at playing fast. And when you play fast, I know it's nebulous and not very specific, but when you play fast, when you play the game fast on defense, guys can be potentially out of position. Somebody can be lost. Somebody can be in the wrong gap, whatever. And it's just like a bunch of hyenas or wolves. They're just packing, guys making overlap and, flying around. Good things are happening, as opposed to guys, I am doing my job. And, if you don't go 11 for 11, something bad happens. And, sure, we want to go for 11 for 11, meaning 11 guys doing their job perfectly and their offense not, having the advantage on everybody. But that's just not realistic in this day and age of football. So, we've got to be able to play fast. And when you do that, if the ball does get out, minimize it, and that's what we're working on too. The ball's going to get out. It's modern football. If it does get out, minimize it, put the ball down, let's play again, be situationally aware. Is it 3rd and short? Are they going to 4th down? Where are they on the field? Okay, they move the ball a little bit. It ain't the end of the world, guys. Let's bone up in the red zone and hold them to a field goal and a takeaway. Just developing that mindset of persevering no matter what. And if they punch it in the end zone, all right, let's reset. Let's get back to the next one and let's go again. We don't want that to happen. We're not happy it happened. But how do we handle those things? Because it's going to happen. I mean, I guarantee you it's going to happen. And some games will be better than others. And at the end of the day, our job on defense is to hold, the opponent to one less point than we score, and that's playing their defense. Can we hold their offense to one less point than their defense holds our offense? And some days in this modern age, it might be a shootout. Some days it might be a, tight game, whatever. You want to play complementary football and do what you're supposed to do. So that's what we're looking to do. We play fast, good things will happen.
That's right.
Well, Coach, can't thank you enough. Extended conversation with you, and anytime you want to come back and talk football or baseball,
I love it.
You are always welcome to.
I love it.
You going to be on the field or in the press box this year?
No, I'm on the field. Guy.
Good. I thought I remembered you saying that.
Yeah, I want to be down there and see eyeballs.
There you go.
Easier now, too, with all those iPads and the technology and stuff.
That's
that
right.
you lose.
Yeah. Coach, thank you.
Guys,
Thanks,
thanks so
Coach.
much. Appreciate you.
Thank you very much. That's Coach Steve Russ, the defensive coordinator here at UAB. One more hour to go. We'll talk about the offensive side when we come back.